Hello. Do we have anybody in the chat other than Stephen at the moment? How are we all this evening? Hi, Phil Mad. Jordan. Hope you're having a good one. So, hi, Nostromo 80. I'm just doing a couple of things behind the scenes just now before I get started. So, this stream is just basically to talk Arrow, to recommend some movies. This is going to be a stream where I do not buy anything. We shall see. We shall see what happens, but I do not plan on buying anything. Hello, Ole. Chris, nice to see you all here. Oh, Mikey, no, we're not spending any money tonight. You guys are going to spend the money. I'm going to enable. Okay, so just in case, just before we start on the Arrow stuff, we got a little 88 Films announcement today. I don't know if you guys happen to see this one. Throw it up there. This was their Q3 announcements. And of course, today was April the 1st. Took me a second just to realise that. Of course, by the time I got to the land before time, I kind of realised what it was. Now, they have come out and said that this is, well, there are 2 titles in amongst these 5 that they mentioned that are going to be actual releases. So I'm assuming if you guys are into 88 films, you're probably into Arrow, you're into 88 films and vice versa. And also, just while we are on it, if you go into the 88 website, they now have Urban Legend ready to be pre-ordered. The release date is the 19th of April, and you will ship approximately 1 week before that. I'm really looking forward to this one. Don't know about you guys. I love Urban Legend 1. A little bit iffy on 2 sometimes. 3 is all right for what it is, but it looks like a pretty good set. So I will be ordering that at some point. Let's just see what we have. So there's Mikey. I love that avatar from Bait. There you go, Jordan. Your basket's full. You only think your basket's full. I'm sure we can get some more titles in there. Auditions. Oh. We'll see. Your copy of Humanoids from Deep arrived today. What did you think of the slipcover? It's one of those soft touch ones. It's really kind of weird and freaky. Hey, Biffer, how's it going? Has anybody who made an Arrow order had any notification of their shipping as yet? Just out of curiosity, mine's hasn't moved as yet. Urban Legends, and I know you did wear class. Yes, yeah, I loved the I know you did last Somerset. I'm big into this one. So we're going to jump into the Arrow sale, and I wonder if there's been any more titles added to this one. So let's format it as we do for Blu-ray. I think there is, because I think there was only 300 or something last time. I hate when they do this. When they add more titles that you want. No shipping. Okay. Again, ordered but not heard. Steve, yours is shit. Wow, lucky you. You're only after buying Cruising the Thing, Videodrome, and Cycle 2. Those are 4 fantastic movies, Matthew. I'm sure we can get more on that if you really try. I believe now someone can highlight it in the chat. I can't remember what it is. There is a code for 10% off if you order over £50. So if somebody wants to drop that in the chat, it'd be great. Have I seen Godzilla versus Kong? No, I want to. I've got it queued up, ready to watch. But because I've been kind of busy, I've been watching easy kind of movies that I can put on in the background. Like today's movies where, can't even remember what the first one was, to be fair. The second one was 18. Your order has dispatched already. Hi, Eric. Looks like the sale is going until April the 13th. Eric, while you're here, please drop in some of the Asian recommendations that you would pick up, because I know you're going to know them easily. So let us all know. Okay, Jambo. So yours arrived and it's completely wrong. How wrong? What did you order and what did you get? Okay, so there's the code. Let's see if I can figure this out. Welcome March 21. Okie dokie. There we go. So I've got it there. If anybody asks, I can pop it back up. Godzilla versus Kong, that's where I was. I want to see that. I'm going to watch it tomorrow night. That's my Saturday night. Is it Saturday, Friday tomorrow? I'm going to watch it on Saturday night. I've been staying away from all the spoilers. I hope it's good. I loved the Kong movie, Skull Island. That was great. Jordan, you're already using the code. It's good to know. It's always good to get 10% off. Okay, Jambo, here's a hypothetical. So you get someone else's delivery note who ordered basic titles like Deadly Blessing, Hills of Eyes 1 and 2. Say you got a package in of about 15 titles. Would you have returned that? And that's what you ordered, okay. Videodrome back in a stock at the $5, okay. Let's go. Would you leave it as is? Jordan asking if he can get 30% off if you spend 150. You can. You just need to buy 50, get 10% off. Buy 50, get. Good man. Okay, so let's have a look at the sale. I'm looking for help tonight to offer recommendations to anybody watching. I got a lot of messages from people saying that they kind of missed out on the live stream, which is why I'm doing another one, and that they were looking for some recommendations of movies to pick up. So let's start dropping some comments, maybe what you picked up, why you picked it up, or recommendations that you've got of amazing Arrow titles that people have to own. Hello, Dustin. Welcome to the live stream. So, when we go into an Arrow sale, you know kind of what's going to happen. So we've got the 3 price points primarily. We've got £15. I think we've actually 4. We've got 12, 10, and 8, which is the basic kind of titles. Your box sets are higher than that. So the thing becomes is how desperate are you for a specific title? How much do you want a specific title? Because if you look here on this screen, we've got A Trip to the Moon, which is the basic edition of that lavish luxury edition they put out. It's £15. It's got £3 knocked off it. Do you want to get that now? Do you want to wait to the next sale where it will be possibly £10? Do you want to wait for the sale after that and get it for £8? It's all about maximizing your purchases here. So unless you're after something immediately, my advice is to wait. I want the game. I wanted the book version, but it never dropped to a price I was comfortable with. It's £15 because it's just being re-released. I'm not picking that up. I'm going to get that for £8 in a sale further down the line. Hi, Andre. So Philemad says, Time Bandits, a must-own title, and it's only £5. Yeah, Terry Gilliam, I love Time Bandits. It's just a brilliant one. Dustin, you bought some Third Window titles. Great. I don't know much about them other than the basics, and the one that I would recommend would be One Cut of the Dead. But I would love to know what you picked up. Jambo again with Time Bandits. You picked up a couple. Tetsuo 1 and 2, bargain for a tenner. Ah, yes, the Iron Man movie, isn't it? I'm really kind of curious about that. Love Exposure, excellent Asian black comedy. I've heard a few people mention that movie as well. So Amazon are price matching some of the titles because I've already went back on there and looked for Edition at £5, but they don't have it at that, which is a shame. Mostly Sion Sono films. Love crazy Japanese films. Check his out. The only one I've seen is Tag. Is it Tag it's called? Yes. Which, honestly, what an opening on that bus that movie has. I know Nicolas Cage is in his next movie, which should be brilliant. Nostromo 80 ordered Evelyn, Came Out of the Grave, The Red Queen Kills, Matinee, Beyond the Door, Dress to Kill, and your personal favourite, The Wind. Now, I asked about The Wind the last time, and I was told that it's not one to chase after immediately. So I'd love to hear opinions on The Wind. Blah blah, you bought the game. Look, great. If you love that movie, go for it. I love it as well. I've seen it a lot. I have a disc release of it already. I'm interested in the extras in the commentary, specifically, which I've heard is brilliant. So I want it. It's not a necessary purchase for me. Into the Blue, you just ordered The Killing and the Game. You should have waited, and then we could have talked you into buying a hell of a lot more movies. That would have been more fun for us. You ordered Sullivan's Travels in La Placia. I got Sullivan's Travels on a previous Arrow sale for £5. Biffer, you bought Aniara. I'm curious about that one. I've heard it's pretty good. I believe that's they leave Earth, they're on a journey, and then they suddenly realise that they can't get to where they're going to go, and they're going to crash and demise or whatever. I believe. So, Mikey, I wholeheartedly agree. Harpoon is wonderful, and here is Eric with the Gisozi trilogy is good. You'll add them to your collection during this sale, but they're primarily for lovers of art house movies. You mean Academy fans? So Academy fans are going to be no more. I don't see that set being released as an Arrow video line. Maybe it would be, but I don't know. Yeah, I've already requested my 4K disc of that as well. If anybody hasn't, it's quite an easy process to go through. You want to get Deadly Manor? Well, we're here to enable you, to tell you that it's perfectly fine to go and get Deadly Manor. It was a title I looked at as well. I was curious about picking up. I do like Laraz, even his kind of dodgier stuff like Rest in Pieces. So I was curious about that one. It's Sion Sono, Coldfish. Okay. Yep, we've been in here already. Tag is excellent. Joe, just joining now. Everyone should grab the Graveyards of Honor box set. Can anyone tell me what's different from this one to the previous release of Graveyards of Honor? I do like the fact that it's both singular cases again, which is interesting, but what's been removed from that set? And the wind is awful, just absolutely awful. Okay. You have Graveyards of Honor. John, did you get the limited set? Can you tell me what was limited to that? So Fab Myers, you spent close to 70 this morning in Arrow titles, and you're looking to add some Giallo titles. Any suggestions? Yes. There's all the big ones: Tenebrae, Crystal Plumage, Don't Torture a Duckling, Deep Red, my favourite. The Case of the Scorpion's Tail is one that I particularly like. Just have a quick look at my collection. A Bay of Blood, if they still have that. I know a lot of those went out of print, but a Bay of Blood is great. I love its alternate title, Twisting of the Death Nerve. The Wind was the second or first worst blind lie of you. That's a shame. But that kind of statement, Joel, makes me very curious. There's something about bad movies that reel me in. Steve, you picked up Force of Evil, The Big Combo, and Deranged. Great releases, absolutely wonderful. Aniara is really good. Another vote for that. Dennis, hi Dennis. You're skipping Arrow this time as they don't really have anything you want. You want the 4Ks to go a bit more down. So you ordered Urban Legends from 88 instead. Good man. I said that at the start of the live stream. If anybody missed it, I'll just jump back on quickly. There we have it. Urban Legends set for fans of Arrow who should possibly be interested in this if you're a slasher fan. Looks great. There is also some pictures on the 88 Facebook page there of all the singular cases, the art cards and bits and bobs that come with it. So, back to I was curious about that, but that was one of those movies that I thought if it was £5, I may pick it up. I don't know if it's got the rewatch value unless you're like a big fan of 2000 AD. So, Stephen, you're looking for the Giallo. So you have Phenomena, okay. That's okay. Your Vice is a Locked Room, good. The Fifth Chord, I just picked that up. I haven't seen it myself. Departures, The Apartment, terrific. The Apartment is a terrific release. Cruising is wonderful as well. The movie. Zombies for Sale is something I'm really curious about. Heather's Society and the Shunting is perfect. And Forbidding Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. Now, I asked about that one and I didn't get great feedback. The Lady Above Suspicion one. So we'll see if anybody else have anything to say. Graveyards of Honor is a good purchase for any Yakuza flicks. So this is what we're talking about here. Graveyards of Honor. It's a reissue, but they've gone and gave it the 2 discs. The 2 different cases, I believe. Or it looks as if it's that. I wonder if it actually is. It says it's a special edition contents. And it's got 4 sleeves, so it must be separate cases. Just for a giggle, I'm just going to sit it in the cart. Deadly Manor is in your basket. Thumbs up. You've gone full slasher blind buy tonight. Yeah, you can't go wrong with slasher movies. I particularly love them. We'll see if we can find some along the way. Nostromo 80, The Wind, very atmospheric, visually striking, plus Meg Foster, the crazy-eyed women, or not crazy, but just so the first thing you spot. Ooh, that's tempting. That's really tempting. So, well, I don't know, because the Graveyards of Honour was £35 when it came out. So that makes me wonder. Do you know what? We're on Arrow just now. Let's just see what it brings up. Just the one. See, what makes me wonder about it is, where is it? I see it. Details. Number of discs. Maybe it is, but it was. I mean, it was, for the longest time, it was £35 everywhere, which makes me kind of wonder. There we go. Release date, 5th of April. So that's what makes me think it's a reissue. Okay. Tenebrae is pretty good. Yeah, Tenebrae is really good. Mikey, you've missed out on Rafifi. We spoke about this last time we were on the sale. It is a wonderful heist movie. Aniara, okay, very different than big Hollywood sci-fi. I haven't seen Crash. Again, it's £3 off. For a blind buy, it needs to be really a lot cheaper than that. You have the critique. It's an amazing movie. I did look at the 4K, and you watched the Case of the Scorpion's Tail last night. I really like that one. That's one that I really like. Hey Stephen, have you found some money behind the sofa? Stephen, I'm just window shopping. I'm just having a look, living the lavish lifestyle of what ifs, and maybe no booklet for Graveyards of Honour. Yeah, these limited ones usually have a book with them of some sort, but it doesn't seem to mention that in the extras. Yeah, you could be right. Some of the longer licensed titles should be ready to disappear at some point. I know one that keeps coming in and out of sales all the time is Rollerball, but for me, People Under the Stairs is a must-buy for anybody that wants something a little bit different. Saw the comic at a film festival many years ago. Absolutely awful. It was booed by the audience. Oh, I love it. Okay. And there's Eric with the information we've all been looking for. The limited edition of Graveyards of Honour had the illustrated collector's booklet. The version listed here does not have that, which is why you're saving £15. Wow. Joel there with some Giallo help. Fifth Chord, Double Face, which I took out my basket. Red Queen, Duckling, any Sergio Martino film. What Have They Done to Your Daughters? And Solange. Oh, yeah. What Have They Done to Solange is great. I think What Have They Done to Your Daughters is a US only release. Dan, They've Made a Maze is amazing. It really is wonderful. One of those so creative movies that you just can't believe somebody made it. If you don't know the premise, a woman comes home, her husband has this cardboard box in the living room saying it's Dave's maze, and he's calling her from inside saying, "Don't come in here, I'm lost, get help." She goes in and enters into a labyrinth like TARDIS It's the only way to describe it. And there's all these kind of monsters and things, but they're all created with cardboard, and it's so wonderful. When someone dies, there's like red ribbons to show kind of blood. Yeah, that's a great shout out. You're quite curious as to why Red Scorpion is never part of any sales. I believe, is that not gone, Dennis? Is that not out of print? Dustin, you've done yourself great. The Woman Limited Edition for £10 is fantastic. Offspring is great. Just a cannibal genre movie. The Woman is something even more. There's some terrific performances in there, and a real uneasy stretch throughout the movie. Right, so there you have Joel, who's, I think you kind of shot that one down for me the other day as well. Okay, so right, Stephen, so you got the booklet at it. You know, to be honest, the booklet's not essential. Look at me. I'm growing as a collector. The booklet's not essential. I would rather just have the movies. Deadly Manor doesn't seem very good. But it's all on perception. I'm a slasher fan. I do like them. And being that way, there is a lot of poor movies within slasherdom. And I don't mind them. In fact, there's a certain level of fun that I have with these bad movies. Okay, so Eric, if Eric's still here, we're looking for some recommendations. We're all in for Asian cinema. Anybody who wants to know anything about Asian movies at all, obviously go to Asian Movie Enthusiast and Huss from A Touch of Film. These are my go-to guys if I want to know anything about these kind of movies. Graveyard of Honor is very good. Well, hello, sir. Evelyn. Yeah, Meg Foster. I know it's strange, but the first movie I think of when I hear that name is Blind Fury. Okay, here we go. Another name for me to try and butcher. Blue Spring is a very good introduction to Toshiaki Toyoda's filmography. With Metal and I is a must-have movie. It is. Sorry, Dennis, is that really annoying? Because the mic's here, the mouse is over here, and I can only apologise. You had Rafifi in your basket. So it just gets taken out. See, I would like it if it was. There's some other sites I've been on where they let you order out of print stock if they know it's being reprinted. It just means you have to wait longer, but I'd be fine with that if I knew I was going to get it. The other day, I really wanted Audition, and now it's back in stock. I'm annoyed. Battle Royale Director's Cut. You've lost control. Head and hands emoji. Jordan, Battle Royale is just about to get a re-release, and I'm wondering if maybe you should hold off on that and get it in a sale a year down the line and get the updated transfer. Just a thought. Joel Laraz is an acquired taste. You've not seen Deadly Manor, but Edge of the Axe. Rest in Pieces is super weird. It is. I've not listened to Cat and Sam's commentary, but I will do it. Yeah, just window shopping, just having a look. Dream Demon is another British horror worth a buy. Someone's told me that's a little bit akin to a kind of Nightmare on Elm Street type movie. Your daughter wants to see Crash, so you've ordered it. If she doesn't like it, you'll get it back. Wow, okay. Crash is excellent, but definitely a classic, but a Marmite movie. Not for everyone. I understand that. And looking at the movie, I like the people that are in it. I'm not too sure if I really find the content that interesting. Definitely not at the prices it is at anyway. Rollerball was in sale one time for $5. The first thing I always do, in fact, I'm on the page just now and I'll do it again. Whenever an arrow sale pops up, the first thing I do is filter it by Blu-ray and go straight into the low to high price point to see what's there, right? So we've got Animal Factory Audition, which isn't in, it wasn't in stock the other day. We've got Magnificent Doll, The Killers, which is great, Time Bandits, which is outstanding, 2000 Maniacs, which is okay. If you have the Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast box set, you're covered for that. Videodrome, which is just a must-buy. In fact, Videodrome and Audition, Time Bandits, The Killers, those 4 movies, and you've bought an amazing wealth of movies at £20. Rollerball gone. It seems to disappear during every sale early on. I don't know why. It's just one of those titles that does that. You just sold your People Under the Stairs DVD. I really like People Under the Stairs. There's something just great about it. That's okay. It's just a hangout chat. We're just talking about sale stuff, trying to enable everybody to spend some of their hard-earned cash, but not me. Great. That's great news. One, I get to live vicariously through encouraging you guys to spend money, and They've Made a Maze is a wonderful movie. I don't have it as yet. Someone here was looking for All the Colours of Sergio Martino, the book. Ah, yeah. Who was that? I can't remember. Hi, Vincent. Do I buy physical media every week? Yes and no. Some weeks will be busier than others, depending on what I've been buying. The next couple of weeks look remarkably quiet, so I won't get much. I've got my Arrow sale coming in. I just got a title in today, which is this one from 101 Films, The Headhunter, which I'm really excited to see. So I'm going to watch that maybe tomorrow. Red Scorpion was on sale at HMV the other day. I've not seen Red Scorpion since the video shop days, and I want to. So, Peter, you got Demon Lover, The Gruesome Twosome, and Godzilla v Kong is great fun. That's all I want from these giant monster movies. It's just fun, destruction. I don't want some sob story human aspect. I just want 2 monsters beating the crap out of each other. Red Scorpion is not out of print. I for some reason thought that was gone a long time ago, and the Guyver is never in the sales. You're right. I've never noticed these either. And there we go. Just I love having multiple people tell me I'm wrong. I got what you were meaning. I did. Demon Lover is rubbish. That's the Assassin one, isn't it? Is it? Guyver was a must for me, so you got it day one. I don't think I've seen that. Let's go into the next page here and have a look, see what's going on. There's Aniara. A lot of people have been commenting about that one. Interesting. There's a statement. Climax is one to watch. Yes, I love Climax. It's a weird movie. I do enjoy it. Well, Mr. Haps, it's still in print. Dennis has told me, and so has some other people. Yeah, well, Porky's Revenge was out from 88 Films, because I have that. I just don't have The Next Day, which I would like to get at some point. Am I going to pick up 10 Commandments 4K and Wonder Woman 10 Commandments? Carol, I don't think he's in the live chat, but he was talking to me yesterday about it. He said it was his words, the best transfer he has ever seen in 4K. Wow. Wonder Woman 1984. No, I will not be getting that in 4K. I've seen it once, and that was enough. Joel's Back to Push White Fire on everyone. That was one I had to take out the basket. It's nuts and more than a one-time watch. Right. I'm tempted. I am tempted to get Whitefire. Yeah, Climax is up there with Into the Void for Noe. Climax is one of those just movies where you just need to sit back and try to soak in what is happening. The Vengeance trilogy is a great box set. Let's have a look at some other titles here. Like must-own Arrow titles. Like they've got hundreds. In this sale, there's 400 titles. Big Trouble in Little China, my favourite John Carpenter movie. Mixes Asian and Western influences. It's ridiculously funny. It's just one that has great entertainment value as well. That, for me, is a must-own title. Yeah, okay. So, guys, I've posted a couple of deals on the channel, on the community tabs. If anybody finds anything, you can contact me through email or Twitter or anything like that. The links are all on my YouTube channel. Let me know. I'll post it in the community tabs so everybody can have a crack at finding these deals if there's anything particularly great. You're looking for Blood and Black Lace. Ah, yes. All the Bava ones kind of went out of print. I think you're going to have to go to eBay, but because Arrow lost, I think it was about 9 titles of Bava that they had that went out of print. Now, Bava's a big name, so it's got me wondering, are there going to be reissues as another label going to get these Bava movies? Because some of them were quite big ones. I don't know. Most expensive movie or box set that I own. The one that is valued the most is the late Mizoguchi set from Masters of Cinema. That goes for crazy amounts of money. Yet you were smart and waited for Edition to come back in stock. You were smart. I was not. Let's see. See, I'm helping people avoid purchasing as well. So you just hold off in Battle Royale. You tried to get a Mega Man HMV Premium, waited 4 months, and then they cancelled it. That's a shame. I do like the Premium range. It's one that I do own as well. It's a good disc, if that's not rubbing salt in the wind. Peter, your order: The Burning, Candyman, Audition, Hagazusa, and the Graveyard set. That's pretty solid. That Hagazusa, if I'm saying that right, looks stunning. Stunning. Like visually, cinematography looks amazing. Do I buy used physical media? Yeah. It's all one for me. If the price is right, then I will absolutely pick up used physical media. I think it's usually, if you get it from another collector, it's in pristine condition. Most of the times, I've never had an issue with it. Eric, recommending the Female Prisoner Scorpion collection. Must watch for 70s exploitation. I have that. It's one I need to get to soon. I've also got Stray Cat Rock, but I've not watched that. I don't know anything about that either. There we have it. For those wanting it, HMV have the Arrow release of Red Scorpion for $7.99, although you'll have to pay £2 for postage and packaging or order titles to get you above the 20 to get free delivery. And they are price matching Arrow, so it's an idea. Any movies that I own that have increased in value? Every Masters of Cinema that's went out of print has increased in value. All of my Arrow limited editions have gone up quite a chunk as well, which is great. There is a lot of Indicator titles which are out of print. Those have all gone up in price as well, which is It's really good. Last time I checked, my Donnie Darko set was worth about, I don't know, £80, I think I seen it going for. It may have devalued now. There's another release coming out. Joe Woods is recommending Burst City. I just got The Invisible Man, the 2 movies. I've got screeners of them to watch, which look quite good, but I don't know if I'd buy them. Burst City looked amazing. Fukasaku, Miki, Gamera, and Orgies of Edo. Yeah. Adam, you went smart. You went for the cheaper titles, the £8 ones. So we're all nosy. We're all really curious. So tell us which movies you picked up. John just used the code and it works. Have you finished, John? Is that another purchase you've made? If you like Videodrome, you'll like Crash, and People Under the Stairs rules, as does With Neil and I. So to those shopping, buy With Neil and I. There we have it. There we have it. Taste of Blood, a bonus movie on one of the H.G. Lewis releases, is awesome. Dennis, upcoming UK releases you want: Wake of Death, Ip Man, Kung Fu Master, Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, Urban Legend Trilogy, Battle Royale, Spookies, and a handful of US releases. Spookies is part of the Black Label range. Now, that comes with 2 documentaries, feature-length documentaries that are wonderful. One is all about the making of Spookies, and there is a real tale behind that. The other one is all about Vipco and how it came to prominence during the Video Nasty era. Both of them are terrific. Please, no one waste their money on Blood Tide. There's a statement. You saw a promo post on Facebook for a 4K release of Peter Jackson's Brain Dead. You just hope it wasn't an April Fool's campaign. I've heard that Jackson was doing 4K remasters for like 3 or 4 of his early movies, but I don't know. I don't know. I hope that's true. Matthew, Long Good Friday is an amazing movie. Right. So you got The Creeping Garden and also Hard to Be a God. Hard to Be a God is a 3-hour Russian movie, science fiction movie set in medieval times. That is one of the kind of hardest movies to even talk about or recommend. It's weird. It's real weird the way it's set up, and it's so visceral in the way that it tackles disgusting imagery of this guy basically just walking in squalor, dealing with other people. I can't say it's a bad movie. I can't say it's a good movie. Just it's an experience. Well, Andrew, I watched Bellman and True last night. A strange watch. You never heard it before. Reviewed it. Unsure as to whether I'd recommend it or not. Sorry, Andrew, if I've sent you down the wrong path and you didn't like it, I can only apologise. I really like the movie. I think Bernard Hull gives an amazing performance. When it gets to the finale of it, I was really on tenterhooks. I was hoping that him and his son would escape. I don't want to say more, but I thought it was really, really fascinating. You could tell it was kind of low budget, but I loved it. Even the car chase was terrific. Climax is incredible. Wow, I wish I didn't have such a dirty mind. I wish I had an Arrow release over here. It's a comfort film for you. Wow. Here's another one, Forget White Fire. So is this product's out of stock, so Blood and Black Lace is still going. It may come back in. You just need to keep trying with these things. HMV have Delta Force. Yeah, that's a good one as well. Big Trouble in Little China is the best movie ever. There we go, Eric. You've rewatched that more than any other movie. It's just so brilliant. I think Who Dares Wins either has or is getting a release from another UK company. So if you see these Arrow editions, they're probably worth something now. Don't scalp them, but pick them up. Network is a classic, a brilliant. Yeah, I'm not going to take it. Yeah, the Eureka Mizoguchi set goes for about 500-600 quid. I don't know who's buying that. I don't know who has the money to drop that kind of cash for these kind of titles. It's ridiculous. Jordan, what kind of movies are you clicking on? And I'll give it a try if I see any. We'll just have a look at some titles here. Carrie is another one that's an essential purchase if you haven't seen it. I'm looking for things that are ultimate. You've got to own these titles. For new releases, Daniel Isn't Real is particularly good. It's like a more horror, adult, Drop Dead Fred. Well, so there we go. I'm sure there was something about them losing all the Bava licenses. So if you see any of the Bava movies out there and you want them, get them while you can. You're kicking yourself. Don't. Let it go. You know, if you miss out on something, you've missed out. It's not the end of the world. Might be a little bit, but it's not really. Let's see. Deep Red. I feel Deep Red is my favourite Argento movie. I love Deep Red. I'd say that is an essential giallo. If you're looking to get into gialli, Deep Red's a great starting point, I would say. Talking of bad movies, you just asked your partner what was the worst film I showed them, and they replied with Hell Comes to Frogtown. That's amazing. I love Rowdy Piper in that one. And the Dance of the Seventh Serpents. Picked up Whitefire, but I haven't watched it yet. And another person with that beautiful slipcover comment. Yes, the happiness of the Katakuris is wonderful. Part musical, complete, chaotic, bonkers movie by Mike about a town that... Yes, it's great. Don't really look into it. If you really want, you could check out the trailer. It gives you a flavour of it. Worth picking up. I'm way behind in the comments. I want to look at some movies. I'm way behind in the comments here and I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, Black Mama, White Mama is a lot of fun. Yes, I've got that. Quite a nice, easy one. I think it was shot in the Philippines. The cinematography is really nice in it as well. Hell Comes to Frogtown is brilliant. Yes. Stray Cat Rock films are good, but not as great as the Female Prisoner Scorpion films. Okay. I judge your opinion, Eric. I do. And there we have Peter in there as well. So he's saying that the Female Prisoner Scorpion films are great. And also Outlaw Gangster VIP. No. Few and far between. It's a rare occurrence when it does happen. I think it's not so much acceptance. Is it acceptance? Yeah, maybe just acceptance. She just accepts that is part of me. You know, I've got this small space in the house. It's kind of creeping elsewhere, but no, I don't get much grief for it. Every now and again, she'll be doing something in her phone, and she'll look up, and she'll be, "What the hell are you watching now?" And then it's just a shake of the head and back to whatever she's doing. My man. Oh, stop doing this, people with Whitefire. Anyone have an opinion on Daniel Isn't Real? Yeah, I like it. Arnold Schwarzenegger's son's in it. Someone else's son's in it as well, and I forget who it is, but Daniel Isn't Real is quite fun. Looking forward to the Irreversible special edition. I am as well. I don't know if I'm looking forward to watching the movie, but I do want to see it. If you want kind of something different, Frankenhooker is your movie. Directed by Heffenlotter. It's a wonderful piece of exploitation, trashy nonsense. There we have blah blah. Daniel Isn't Real is brilliant. Buy it. Best Blind Buy, The Visitor. Totally bonkers film and well worth the £8. I've not watched that yet. I picked it up for a £5 in one of the sales. So I'll get to it. Harpoon, as someone else mentioned earlier on, it's a great movie. Yes. Peter, you watched that a little while ago. All three of them. I think it's 10.5 hours. And I think Criterion have just announced it in the States, haven't they? So do I collect the Marvel Cinematic Universe physical media? No. I have a couple of their movies. I've got the Avengers movies. I've got Guardians 1. I've got Thor Ragnarok. I think that's about it. No. I've got the Captain America movies as well. Pulse is a must-watch for Japanese horror. Yeah, I can agree on that one. I've seen it. I was talking to someone the other day about Hounds of Love, James, I think it was, and he wasn't too sure about it. And I think this was a debut movie. This was one of the most atmospheric, tense movies I've seen, based on a true story. Horrifying, shocking, and the last 20 minutes were some of the tensest moments I've had in a movie. It was one that I wasn't sure I'd go back to, but I'm really interested in going back to watch it again. There's a deal. Years of Lead box set is $39.99 in HMV. I will have that. Blah blah. You didn't like Pulse. You also didn't like Creepy and Cure. Cure's wonderful. I really liked Cure a lot. That was one movie that I just utterly adored. There's another recent release, I See You. It appears on streaming services already. So just check to see if it's available, but watch it. Read nothing about it. I think you're going to love it. Here we have. Clash is worth it. No, I don't have VHS movies. There was an accident, a water accident years ago, where I kind of lost all of them. I managed to salvage a couple. So I've got that. That's something. You don't know if I've got them, but those 4K Studio Canal box sets of Carpenter films, I got all 4, and they're like $90 each, sealed on eBay now. I wanted to get them. They were kind of expensive. I think they were £40 at the time, and I as much as I love Carpenter, I just couldn't drop that kind of money on them. I've since picked up Escape from New York for £10, and I'll pick them up the standard releases at some point. You're tempted to sell them. Now, being that I'm on the other side of this, I would say sell it. Use the money for other titles that you want. Sell them. Buy the standard editions. They're all 2 for £30, I think, at the moment. You could sell them for £360. Buy the 4 of them for £60 and make £300 of a profit. You're a little bit ashamed of getting the Tinto Brass movies. I haven't watched any of them, but I do have one, which it was a £5 sale. Frivolous Lola is the one that I have. I can't say if it's any good or not. Okay. Your vice is a locked room, Edwidge Fenich. Enough said. Although, Eric, I have recently become a convert to Rosalba Neri, who I think is even better, and a better actress to boot. Mark, it's just all about recommendations. I want to encourage people to pick up the right movies, hopefully. I'm window shopping. I've put a couple of things in the basket, but I'm going to think about it. I don't plan in spending. 30 Days of Night. That's not an Arrow title. In the Void came up. I'll see if I stumble across them. You got Whitefire in the last sale. The Snake of June is one of Tsukamoto's best movies. I've looked at that a couple of times, just never pulled the trigger on it. Yeah. Deep Red is the starting point for Gialli. Yeah. I love the music from Deep Red. It's one of my favourite Gialli soundtracks. Now, we were talking the other day about Psycho 2 and how easy it is to write it off. And I kept saying how wonderful a movie it is, and a lot of you agreed with me. So I think a lot of people might be sleeping on Psycho 2. Richard Franklin, the man that directed it, his movies were always in the vein of Hitchcock, and I think he was suitably lined up for this movie. I think he does a great job. Okay, Dennis, Arrow must-buys. House 1 and 2. Do you know, I used to love the second story, House 2. The last time I went back to it, it just didn't land. I think it was more aimed at teen version Graham rather than now. Candyman, yes. The Thing, absolutely. To Live and Die in LA, 100%. Boondock Saints, I like it. A lot of people don't. Animal Factory, I've not seen. The Burning, absolutely. Crimson Peak, again, I bought that, but it's not, it's one that I feel I should love. I never get there. I always walk away feeling as if I've missed something. Whitefire is amazing with a crate of beer. I like buying movies with beer. I almost cracked a beer before the stream tonight, but I went with water instead. Do I collect steelbooks? No, I'm not a steelbook fan. I'm not on that train. I think you're paying over the odds for a case. You can pick up, usually you'll be able to get a steelbook at £25, £30, and the disc you could pick up for £5. It's crazy. Cool, you're getting Deep Red. I'm really happy to hear that. Only Phenomena and Tenebrae from Arrow before catching up in Argento. The Cat o' Nine Tails and The Bird with the Crystal Plumage are excellent movies, well worth picking up. I really like A Cat o' Nine Tails. If someone wants a fun romantic comedy, check out How to Use Guys with Secret Tips. I've never heard of that before, and I've not came across it either. So Rififi is still gone as well. Remo Williams is a slice of 80s cheese, if anybody's into that. Runaway Train's wonderful. I really like Satanic Panic, but it's a horror comedy, and I don't think it's for everyone. There we have it. Another tip. So Cinemadiso on eBay. I think I've bought from them a couple of times as well. Yeah. And yeah, great deals. That is a good deal. If I'd seen that, I would have bought that. No. Irreversible's getting an Indicator release. It's a limited edition. It's got the straight cut, I believe, as well, and quite a few other things. I believe, Anthony, that Hellraiser is coming in 4K. I believe it's been delayed to next year, though. And I think it's the first and second movies in a double pack. I don't know. I've never seen it. Animal Factory is great. Again, that's another one I picked up for a £5 sale. Now, I love Slugs. I think it's an amazing movie. Not for everyone. The restaurant scene is by far an absolute standout. Society is a movie that feels like a kind of typical mystery movie for 90 minutes, Hollywoodized, Billy Warlock, and just the typical faces of the time. And then about an hour into this movie just goes places. I would recommend Society. I'm sure, Jambo, you would recommend Society. Roadkill would be a great release. Hey, Candy Cane. I've not seen that in absolute years. Andrew, you watched Hounds of Love in my recommendation. You quite like Australian cinema. Something about that place gives you an atmosphere we don't get in the UK. Please tell me you enjoyed that one. Do I watch the movies I buy, or do I just click no, I'm a watcher? Roughly, I'm sorry if you've heard this story before, but in January the 1st, 2020, I made a conscious decision that if I buy a movie, I must watch it, and not like in the future, immediately. So if you see my Blu-ray updates, you'll probably see me talking about the movies because I've watched them. I do reviews on just about every movie I watch, and yeah, I don't just collect, I watch. I make a point of being that. People who just buy movies just to collect are wasting money. Try to get the value out of them and watch them. The City of the Dead is another worthwhile buy for any Amicus Hammer lovers. City of the Dead. No, that's not one that I have. Never speak ill of Tinto Brass. He brought us Caligula. I suppose just anyone, just to try it and see. Let's just have a quick look at Slugs a second. I am details. So, Juan, if you look into this here, it tells you which are region coded. I don't know if they're all region coded B or if some of them are free, but you get the information on the product page. I don't know offhand which is region free. Right, that's another 6 titles. Did you get it over £50? Are you going to use that code on the Arrow website and get 10% off? What did you add to that basket? Not sure if Whitefire. Man, you guys are really hammering home Whitefire. Not particularly. I have some anime, but that's about it. Red Turtle's my favourite animated movie that I have. Come on, Finn. No. Rizal Baneri is the best. Also go for Tsukamoto. He is great. You need to see a Man v Film review of Whitefire and also Microwave Massacre. I have Microwave Massacre. If I get to watching it, I will definitely do a review. In fact, I've got a review. I did a live stream a little while ago, and you guys gave me recommendations. So I've got reviews coming up for Neon Maniacs, The House of Long Shadows, and Time Rider that you all recommended, and I watched. House 2 is the favourite of the 4. That's the Old West. I can understand that. I knew what you were saying, Peter. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, that is a great shout out. Another polarizing movie. But in all honesty, when you've done Texas Chainsaw Massacre, how do you follow that up with a complete 180? Vincent, I don't sell my movies. It's something that I should do. It's not something I've overcome as yet, but I'll try to do that. Animal Factory is wonderful. Dennis, Animal Factory is one of the best prison movies. Okay, I might need to watch it. You own the Deep Red score on triple vinyl. I don't. I can't start vinyl. I just can't. Barely got enough room for movies. There we have another. Jambo, yes. Remo. Love Remo. Cat o' Nine Tails, wonderful. The Marx Brothers is always fun. Count Yorga double packs is good. Definitely getting Cat o' Nine Tails and Crystal Plumage. They're really great. The disc isn't great, but if you go to Shameless, they have Four Flies and Grey Velvet, which is another great one of Argento's. So, Mikey, you got Videodrome, Hounds of Love, I See You, Fear and Loathing, Horror Express, Lake Michigan Monster, Aniara, Apprentice to Murder, and you need to take one movie out. Which one? I would say Apprentice to Murder. Just my opinion. Oh, there we go. Animal Factory is incredible. And they didn't kill the dog in addition. yeah, that release is lovely. I think the only one on earth that likes Hellraiser 3 more than Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser 3 is dumb fun. We've seen that Simone's list that he put out on Twitter showing all of the Arrow titles that were coming, and there was an H1 and 2 4K. So I think if it's a 4K set, unless they change things, it might just be the first two. Shock Treatment, yep, interesting. Not as good as Rocky Horror, but interesting. Yeah, I would double down on that. Any of the Marx Brothers is just wonderful. Dead End Drive-In is absolutely excellent. Yes. Do I like Western movies? I do like Western movies. I like spaghetti Westerns particularly. My favourite film is The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Which second run region free could I recommend? So here is that. This wasn't in it the other day, and that's annoying. I'm only looking. Don't say anything. Ikari XB1 is one that I'm really wanting to see. So if I was going to suggest anything, I don't know if it's region free. Let's have a look. Details. Oh, there we go. Region free. Okay, I haven't seen it. I've heard wonderful things. Ikari XB1 is a title that I would recommend from second run. Come on. So let's try and find where I was. Yep. Yeah. I really wish the Endless still came with the Resolution, because that was a great double pack. Okay. Let's see. Picked up City of the Dead at one of the other sales. Haven't watched it yet. Anthony, tell me you used that code and get 10% off. You need to keep on top of the watch pile, Anthony. It's something that I've discovered from just trying to do it. Because I've been on furlough and off work, not working at the moment, so I've been able to watch lots of movies. In fact, I just finished my 300th movie of the year before I come on here. So that's how many I've watched this year. It's been crazy. Warren, you missed out on the code. Sorry to hear that. I have been keeping it up there for anybody that wants it. You did like Hounds of Love. Only Bellman and True you've been unsure of from my reviews. But that makes me feel a bit better. I'm one of these guys that When somebody takes my recommendation, I start to get a little worried that they're not going to like the movie. Done. Cycle 2. Sweet. Wow. Sweet Smell of Success is amazing. That's a great pickup. The Burbs is one of my favourite comedy movies as well. That's a great purchase. Will I get the Django Blu-ray? I will get the Django 4K if I can get my grubby mitts on it somehow. Because I love that. You recommend Bloodstone from Arrow? It's an overlooked little adventure film from the late 80s. I think somebody mentioned that earlier on. Day of Anger, that's Van Cleef, isn't it? I think I've seen that one. Yeah, okay. You saw my last stream, and I should have bought Phantom Lady. It almost got there. It made it quite far into it. I nearly got it. You like Eaten Alive? Jambo loves that in the stream as well. He met Hooper and got him to sign that at one point as well. Yeah, John, I'm starting to get the feeling that I should have bought it. I may still. Bloodstone is terrible. Yeah, okay. White Fire review is absolutely something that needs to happen. Yeah. I'd love to know your opinion of it. I really would. I 100% agree. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, classic, pinnacle. There is nothing you can do other than just repeat and devalue the original, taking it in somewhere so extreme that it was just unbelievable was really polarizing for the fans of the original, but something inventive. I really appreciated that a lot. Yes, the Bird with Crystal Plumage disc is amazing. It's from a 4K transfer. I think it's just because they've done that upgrade that they're re-releasing it on 4K and Blu-ray again, but I have no qualms recommending the Blu-ray already. It's perfect. It really is. Huss, leave me alone. Is that better? I'll just sit like this. Argento's Trauma is that's one of the Argentos I've not seen. I don't think I've seen anything after 1990 of Argento's work. Yes, Leon, I have Day of Anger. It's there somewhere. Down here somewhere. Black Rainbow was your favourite unearthed gem that Arrow put out last year. Right, okay. I'm tempted. You're holding off buying Opera as you're hoping for a 4K release. I love Opera. I love the idea behind it. It's wonderful. I have it sitting right here, actually. So next to my Suspiria disc, I would like 4Ks of them as well. Okay, so you watched As Good as It Gets when you couldn't sleep last night. It was a great movie. Hello, Nate. Thanks for joining us. And Mike, you missed the one the other night. But this is a more easier one. I'm not really buying anything tonight, I don't think. But I've just been talking with everybody in the chat about a lot of the releases. Looks good. What is good? Ivan's Ecstasy is another excellent release from last year. Same director as Candyman. I did not know that, Bernard Rose. So it wasn't really on my radar, that one, but we'll keep watching and maybe we'll see. You wanted to buy Hellraiser 3 separately, but it's not in the site for some reason, only in the box set. I didn't notice that. There's Jason with a super chat. Thank you very much, Jason. Always appreciated. Honestly, I will put it towards the channel in some way or movies. I hope you really enjoy Horror Express. The Thing, On a Train, Cushing and Lee. Great. I've watched 300 movies in 2021 already. To put it in perspective, last year I watched 601. And just, yes, I'm not at work. I've got time in my hands to do that. So it's unrealistic. Once I go back to work, it's going to quieten right down. But at the moment, I am just tearing into them. What have I picked up so far? I picked up... What did I pick up? I bought Pitch Black 4K. I picked up Nightfall. I picked up one of the second run titles that Biffa gave me the money to actually buy that one. He recommended it, so I picked it up. I bought... I can't even remember. 5 titles in total, and I can't remember. Jesus Shows You the Way to the Highway was the other one, and there's one other title that I just can't remember. Blah blah. Ivan's Ecstasy includes the new producer's cut. Loved it in the cinema. And which cut would you say is best to watch first? Sweet Smell of Success is perfect. Criterion over in the States. I picked that up in the last sale for £5, just primarily because of Curtis and Lancaster. And wow, what a movie. Unbelievably. Just wonderful. Yep, Day of Anger rocks. I've not seen The Grand Duel. For second run, try Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. I was looking at that yesterday, believe it or not. So it might be something I'll have a look at. Elvira, amazing movie. Yeah, the Valerie Criterion release is from a 4K transfer, and the UK one's from an HD remaster. Yes, I'm quite happy with Alvarez doing that. I think it's good for him to go back to horror after his last movie, which really wasn't good. His first 2 were great. Watch Battles if you have any sanity. They're stunning. Just for anybody watching, it's a running joke because just, where is it? Here is my Battles Without, I can't do it, Battles Without Honor and Humanity sets. They're worth a lot of money. And I have this block of being able to unwrap them, and Huss likes to just relentlessly tease me on that one. Do I know if the US Flash Gordon Arrow release is region free or not? I don't know, unfortunately, Mark. I take it we're talking about White Fire here. Okay, right. Give me a second to see if I can find this list. Do you know what? I'll jump onto Twitter. You guys can watch me do it. See if I can find it. So, here is to. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. This was the list that Fran Simon Simeone, who did, he's the head of Arrow. He did this at the start of the year, and it was basically just a teasing list of all upcoming titles. So as you can see, the Gamera re-release, Southland Tales, JSA, Wreck, down to Django, the Masterakis movie, Clapboard Jungle. I've got some here that's crossed out, Ghost Waits, and upcoming sets and things like that. So some have moved about, some have changed. This one here was the one I was assuming was Hellraiser 1 and 2 UHD. Some of the ones work, the guesses are easy to, so, you know, like Battle Royale UHD here. You know, this was the thing that he posted. There was a T UHD, and a lot of people were speculating that was Tenebrae because it comes from the same company that's doing Crystal Plumage. So that was it. There it's on Fran Simeone's Twitter page. It's more just a guessing game, Murray. Mickey is a reasonable man. Yeah, okay. And I find the first TCM movie really hard to watch. In the same way you find Let's Scare Jessica to Death is awesome. The moment in TCM that really gets me is the dinner sequence. That thing is just uncomfortable. Watching the old guy trying to wield the hammer is just... I might do that, blah, blah. I might just sit and watch it on there and stop this. Bellman and True cut down from a 3-hour miniseries, but it feels right. It's a 2-hour movie. Yeah, I love it. Have a go. Good luck not buying anything. Yes, another one for Horror Express rocks. I love it. Did you just say you were buying the wind? No, I never mentioned that at all. Saying that I watch almost 3 every night, so I guess couldn't be far off 300 now. Yeah, do you use Letterboxd? I find that's great. That's in fact, I've not put today's movies on it, but because I can't remember what I watched this morning, like at all, which is really strange. It must have been, couldn't have been that great if I can't remember what I watched. No idea. How's the Arrow edition of House of Ice 2? Yeah, it's good. It's about as good as you would expect from a movie that's 1/3 regurgitated first movie, but I like it. Yes, Jason, I've got a review up of Possessor. I got it up a while ago. I loved that movie. That was awesome. There's Movie Mad with a deal. He bought 2 copies of the Bloodthirsty trilogy at $7.50, traded one into CAX for 12 quid, and he kept the slip in the booklet if anybody needs it. You're the only person that didn't like Possessor. It's not the end of the world. Hitchhike to Hell is a great exploitation picture. Well, that's good. Oh, from Malibu High. I quite like to see Malibu High, actually. Let's keep going through some of these releases and see what's here. The Long Goodbye is terrific. People Under the Stair. That's an awesome movie. The Stuff is fantastic. I love that. There's the answer. Flash Gordon is Region A locked. 4K is Region 3. You've only seen the theatrical cut of Ivan's Ecstasy. Oh, you guys are just trying to make me cry. Go away in a huff. Explorers is getting an overdue Blu-ray soon. I'm not the biggest fan of Explorers. It's one of those rare 80s movies that I don't love. It's kind of fun. I really don't like the ending of it. Yeah, The Witch Who Came In From the Sea Worth Getting. It was part of the American Horror Project, so I don't know if that's in the sale. I've not came across it as yet. That it's there. Go into it and see if it recommends. So I don't know. It did come in part of the American Horror Project set. I don't know if they still do that. Oh, anyway, who is putting out Explorers? You guys. You think it's Shout Factory? No. Okay. How do I pick what to watch other than the first newly received purchase? Depending on the mood I'm in, if I've got a pile of movies, I'll just quickly grab one. Depending on my time, I either go for the longest movie or the shortest, just haphazardly. If I don't have any of my watch pile and I come into the room, I've still got movies in here that I haven't watched because I started this project in 2020. So I'll come in here and just randomly grab one. I'll just, what I'll do is I'll walk in, I'll go, I'm going to watch a Masters of Cinema. And I just kind of go, that's the one, that'll do. And I just kind of randomly pull. Other times, if I'm doing stuff for YouTube, sometimes I like to watch something while I edit or write down notes or whatever. And if that's the case, it's usually streaming and it's a familiar movie. Usually at the end of the month, I've got a lot on with the streaming top 10s. They're quite hard to do, time consuming. And I watch just like random movies. Like in January, it was Adam Sandler's I just had in the background. February was Eddie Murphy's. This month, it was all kind of like the Rush Hour trilogy, Armageddon, Con Air, The Rock, those kind of things. No, I haven't seen that one. I do have it from a earlier sale. I'll check it out. It's really bugging me. I can't remember at all I've just remembered. Right, I better log it while it's in my head. I watched Surviving the Game because I just watched Hard Target and I wanted another one of these kind of movies. I have seen it before. And I watched this before. Save. Sorry, guys, I know this isn't that interesting, but I just need to get it down. I followed up with the A-Team, which I love it. I love the A-Team. I love the TV show. And this is an unapologetic. I've watched this movie before. Yeah. Take that. You watched Spaceballs the other day. Not as good as you remember, but still fun. May the Schwartz be with you. The long goodbyes I must learn. Everyone needs the stuff. I just can't get enough of that wonderful The Stuff. You have a what you watch word file. I really love Letterboxd. I just think it's easy to use. I'm not very sociable on it. I sometimes look at other people and what they've watched for ideas, but I would recommend being on that if you can. Stuff's great. I really love it. Michael Moriarty is just a wonderful actor. I've not seen that. Surviving the Game. Yeah, I watched Hard Target, was it 2 nights ago? And I was like, I want another one of these movies. And the only one I could think of was Surviving the Game, which I hadn't seen in about 20-something years. Movie Mad one. Okay, I'll make sure and check you out. Let's see. Andromeda Strain and Silent Running are essential sci-fi. Yes, I love Silent Running with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Theatre of Blood. Theatre of Blood is a must-watch movie. One of my favourite Vincent Price, up there with the abominable Dr. Phibes. Thief. is another classic movie in my mind. It's just wonderful. Zombie Flesh Eaters it's a no-brainer. You should get that. American Werewolf in London. I'm sure everybody here has seen that. I am quite curious about Before We Vanish, so if anybody's seen that, let me know in the comment box. Candyman's a stunning release. That's a great looking disc. Climax, we've spoken a lot about Climax. Let's just see. There's a new restoration of Mummy Dearest coming. Oh, very good. Sorry, Bruce Dern, you found him quite annoying. I've not heard that. So will you surrender and agree to get Whitefire? I'm window shopping. I'm just having a look. It's interesting. I'm not going to buy anything. Yes, a complete Dr. Phibes box set would be great. The Villainess on your page is great. John Wick stole a lot from it. Yes, especially the bike thing. That bus fight at the end is awesome. Yeah, I really quite like that. The movie Final Round with Lorenzo Lamas has the same premise as Hard Target 1 and 2. And was that any good? Yes, Final Round. Final Round. Oh, look at my spelling. And my computer's running slow. I'll add that later. Where was I? Here. Before We Vanish was fantastic. It's good to know. There's that Dave Made a Maze earlier on I was talking about. Love that movie. I wonder if that's... Just to get an idea of it. Like it's so creative and well done. It's just stunning to look at and a bit crazy. The city like 2001. It's got lots of kind of film homages and things as well. I get some of the more creative elements in the movie. Yeah, Dave Made a Maze. I strongly recommend that one. It's got a cardboard minotaur. Deadly Manor, we were talking about that early on as well. Theatre of Blood is just so wonderful. Yeah, I can't rate it highly enough. You like Before You Vanish quite a bit. It's quirky and darkly humorous, which got on some people's nerves. I saw the trailer and it looked really fun and quite interesting. Zero Boys is great. Another Master Askis movie. Oh, we were talking about Demon Lover earlier on. Somebody said to stay well away from that. DEFCON 4 is quite fun. I like that. Doom Asylum, which has one of those amazing artworks, but the movie's not one of the better slashers. Matthew, you've never seen American Werewolf in London? That's a classic. That's one that you kind of need to cross off the list sooner rather than later. Oh, you guys are a scream tonight. You need Street Trash in 4K would be awesome. Awesome. There we go. Horror Express we've mentioned before. The Thing on a Train, tremendous. Now, I'm kind of curious about Jake Speed. I don't know enough about it. Life Force, vampire aliens who are basically naked women. You still need to see Hitchhike to Hell, one of my favourite blind buys from Arrow so far. Okay. Street Trash is fun. Yep. You second Hitchhike to Hell and Malibu High Rocks. I may get that in the Vinegar Syndrome sale. Let's see, you purchased Arrow's Decalogue on my recommendation. Have to admit you still haven't got round to it. Also, Robocop Director's Cut as well. Man, I love Robocop. So many quotable lines in that one. I love Mega Time Squad. One of the recent releases, Tim Van Damme, I think it was, it made that movie. It's from New Zealand and it has that really funny Kiwi humour. It's just really interesting. Mark, I need to check out Whitefire. I can't say I've heard of that before. The Wind is Calling You. That may just be my dinner. Coming back. Colobos is a weird one. Yes. Now, Jambo Shango and the Randy Mole did a review for this a while back. Now, one of my favourite YouTube channels. I love those guys. They don't put out enough content, but absolutely love them. Let's see. Lords of Chaos is a great movie if you haven't seen it. Rory Culkin is great in the movie. Yes. There's like, what, 2, maybe 3 violent scenes in the movie, and it's some of the most realistic, just horribly unglamorized violence I've ever seen that is just shocking. Absolutely shocking. Phantom Lady with amazing drum solo, apparently. Only one naked girl, though. The other 2 naked alien vampires are guys. American Werewolf in London is perfect. Nurse Jenny Agutter sends it over the top. The werewolf transitions are pretty good. They are perfect. Smash Palace. That's the Sam Neill movie, isn't it? Is it? No, that's Sleeping Dogs I'm thinking of. This is Smash Palace here. Is this the political one? No, Race Car Driver. Yeah, I'll take your opinion on that one. I'm not too sure. I'm sold on that. Jenny Agutter is always in Child Play 2. The Sentinel, maybe? Logan's Run, amazing. I Start Counting. She's done a lot. Yeah, Jenny Agutter for on the. Yeah, I think we're all fans of that. I've always been curious about Terraformers. I do like Mickey, and it looks mental. But like that's like a £5 release for me, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a one and done watch. The Case of the Scorpion's Tail, Sergio Martino, well worth picking up. The Fifth Chord, that's the other one I've ordered. I've got coming in. Yes, especially after they just did a 4K restoration of it. I don't understand that at all. Can't get my head around it. They could have went for plenty of other ones that they had. Tenebrae would probably been the one I would have went for, because that could have done. It did have a good one, but a good 4K upgrade of that would have sparked my interest. I don't know a thing about The Possessed. I've often looked at that one. I watched The Serpent's Egg recently. I think I've got a review waiting to go for that. Oh, look, someone mentioned that one time. The Wind. I love the artwork. The artwork is great. Oh, The Sentinel's got a UK Blu-ray release. Who released that? Do you know? I didn't realise The Wind was Mr. Askis. Is he the director or the producer? Oh, it's directed by Master Askis. And it's got Wings Hauser. That's... Whoa, what's happened here? Wow. Look over there a second. You highly recommend Model Shop. It's a great 60s culture fixture. Okay. Logan Run's amazing. That's one way to put it, Eric. Terraformers is a pile of crap. Yes, Cruising is a great movie. I just caught that on TV once, didn't know what the hell I was watching. Whitefire. I think the last time I looked, that had a slipcover on it when I had it in my basket. And I think it was £10. No, I don't have the Criterion Bergman set. I like the idea of these ones. I just find them so much money to put down immediately. The one I really want is the Godzilla set to go with the Gamera set. But again, when do you have a spare £150, £200 lying about? I don't. Yes, Joel, I agree with that completely. You'd love a 4K of Inferno. Suspiria got a 4K. It did. People seem to love the Supernatural. Argento, I prefer the Gialli version of his movies. The Wind is a Bore. Approach with caution. Okay, Murray. What's on Zavi to buy exactly? Oh, what we were talking about. Yes, I forget now. No, it's gone. The Sentinel. Was it that? Joel, I'll happily take your copy of The Wind if you want to send it. Whitefire was £10 in the last sale. I was in the sale on Tuesday, and I think it was £10 there because it still had the slip. Can't wait for your review of The Wind. Pulp is great, yes. American Werewolf in London is the best werewolf movie. Do love Dog Soldiers. Any other werewolf movies that are really worth checking out? And why don't you think the filmmakers do a good job like vamp films? The Howling. Howling's great. The Beast Must Die is a wonderful werewolf movie, because I'm looking at a vampire movie just now. Why don't I think filmmakers do good jobs with vamp films? There's plenty of good vampire films out there. Fright Night, for one, is terrific. I do quite like Vamp. It's an 80s kind of vampire movie that's great. I think they do not too bad ones. The first Howling is pretty great, yeah. The second one is out in Arrow. That's crazy. Christopher Lee's in it. There we have it. Snake of June. That's the one Eric was recommending earlier. Second Sight are putting out Dog Soldiers on 4K this year. Soon, I believe. Here we go. This One Cut of the Dead is amazing. Just amazing. I did a review for it. It's hard to do it justice without spoiling it. You're better going into it knowing as little as possible. But for me, One Cut of the Dead is magic. It's pure magic. I'm sure that's Eric recommended Blue Spring earlier on as well. I'm quite curious about The Legend of the Stardust Brothers. I don't know why. I just am. Good man, John, you liked the Vamp as well. Nate, you love Howling 1 and 2, but I bet it did, yes. I remember 4 being on cable all the time. Empathy Inc.'s quite good. I was curious about that one. I was indeed. Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, The Beast Must Die is just awesome. Black Rainbow, somebody was mentioning that. I'm not too sure about that one. We'll see. Lost Boys. WT could be Wrong Turn. Could be. I would prefer Wrong Turn 2. Lost Boys, now we're talking. I love the Lost Boys. I grew up watching that movie. It was one of those movies that I actually wore out the videotape and had to get another version of it. I watched it not long ago, and it held up. It held up tremendously well. Perfect movie. What films would I like to see released in 4K if I could choose 3? You know, it's ones that I know some are coming out. I know The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is coming out. I know The Thing is possibly coming out at some point. I would like to see on 4K. The Burbs, Big Trouble in Little China, and let's see, what else would I pick? 4K. Army of Darkness. That's not a 4K yet. That would be the 3 I would pick. Yeah, I thought so as well, Mark. I think the prices are fluctuating. There's some new titles appeared on here as well. I'm positive of it. You never Vamp's great. I just kind of love it. It's silly, but fun. Grace Jones is crazy. Grace Jones is crazy. I got The Beast Must Die delivered today. Might watch it after this. Yes, do so. It's wonderful. It's a murder mystery with werewolves. Go away, Siri. Fashionably so. I'm winding this sucker down. I've been at it 2 hours and I've not bought anything. I'm feeling safe. Something about those 80 movies just have great atmosphere. Have I seen a film called Your Name? Yes, I think there's a review on the channel for it. There should be. That was phenomenal. A kind of time travel body share type thing. With 2 different characters that wake up in each other's bodies, and rather than going the usual route, they kind of cohabitated each of their existence. Oh man, I love Your Name. That's terrific. Yeah, The Lost Boys. In fact, you know what? I want The Lost Boys in 4K. That movie is amazing. Yeah, that's a mandatory one. Will I get Indie 4K? Yes, well, maybe. We'll see. Near Dark is good, but The Lost Boys, it's tied in with me with nostalgia as well, so it's hard to separate that. I do like Near Dark, but if you gave me a choice, I would pick The Lost Boys every time. Let's see. Army of Darkness 4K is coming from Scream Factory in the near future. Then we can only live in hope that we're going to get a UK release. Vamp is okay. It is. I enjoy it for what it is, but Fright Night is like top class. You rented Black Rainbow for your shop. You went back the next day and they'd removed all the copies except for one. Everyone who saw it wanted to own it. That's high praise. You definitely need Army in Darkness. I'd like to see The Gate in 4K. I love The Gate. No, I've not been back and watched the sequel yet. I've not seen it in years, so that would be interesting. Dark City. That would probably look stunning in 4K. It's been a while since I saw that as well. Yep. It sounds good. Mark, I'm kind of surprised as well. I did put things in the basket, but I'm kind of talking myself out of them, so it's okay. Blah, blah, you bought One Cut of the Dead. You bought it. Great. Have you watched it yet? Now, I will tell you this. It is rough. It feels cheap, exploitative, nonsense for the first half hour. You've got to stick with it. The Lost Boys is another part of your childhood. Lost Boys over Near Dark, yes. Stiff Kittens, we need Top Sensation in 4K. Sure. The Gate. Waiting on the Crow 4K. That's a great shout. Fire it up. Let's get that Crow 4K going. I would love that. I've not seen that in a while. I'm looking to revisit it. Let's see what else we have. Blood Tide or Bloodstone. Someone told me to stay away from that. I was recommended this the other day. The limited edition of Cold Light of Day. So I'm quite curious about that. Dream Demon got a thumbs up and a thumbs down, so that's one I'm not interested in. Akira XB. I've wanted that for a little while. I've ordered this bad boy. It looks mental. Lake Michigan Monsters crazy as well. That got cut from the cart the last time. Oh, this is a shout. This is a good one. Wow. And Cold Light of Day, something you would love to check out. Yeah. Let's see. I've heard that's really good, The Shop in the High Street, but I don't know. And we were talking about Valerie and her Week of Wonders. It's quite a short movie as well, just over 70 minutes, I believe. But I was tempted with that. Yeah. I was talking to someone about this before I started. The Complete Sartana is totally worth owning. You don't have the limited edition booklet, but it's worth it for all potential buyers. This is the movie that someone gave me a super chat and asked me to order it. Vitalina Varela Bisbifu. So I'm looking forward to that coming in to watch it. Good stuff. Stick with it. I want to hear your opinion on One Cut of the Dead because I loved it. Give you all the classic Heston on 4K. Do I avoid problematic? Biffer, you're the man that gave me the super chat to get Vitalina Varela, so I'm looking forward to that. Do I avoid problematic directors like Woody Allen or Polanski? No, I wouldn't say I get my way to avoid them. I think there needs to be a certain level of distance from these people who are they seem as if they're very nice people. But I think the art is a combination of multiple people coming together to create something, and I shouldn't avoid it just because. But then these people are getting money off it, and it becomes a sticky situation. But there is some Polanski movies I like Chinatown, which I have. The Woody Allen, I've got the Arrow box sets that he that released. I've just never sat and watched them, so I don't know. I don't know if I really how I feel about that at all. Valerie is worth it. The Complete Sartana is on your radar. Yes. Have I seen the British horror comedy The Cottage? That's with Gollum, Andy Serkis, isn't it? I think I seen that a while ago. Stiff Kittens, you just find it easier to order from HMV. There's no shipping. Yeah. Through all your Miramax films then. See, I mean, he was involved with all those movies and he was a complete and utter lecherous devil. So, yeah. So here we go. We're getting to the kind of pricier end of things now. I can't believe The Last House on the Left is still kicking around. And that was £10 in one sale. I'm sure of it. Vamp has got limited availability. You've just bought it, Jordan. Oh, man. Getting people to buy more. Chinatown is a very good movie. Bullets Over Broadway, I think I've seen. That's the John Cusack one, isn't it? I think I've seen that. He's a playwright in the 30s New York. Yes, it does. It's a recent release in December. I just don't think they've reduced it that much. This thing, the limited Dame set, I think I think the 2 movies in it are £8 or something, but the set's 30. But that's one that came out a long while ago, and I'm surprised it's still sold out. There we go. Yeah, 2016. Surprised that's still hanging around. You wish HMV shipped to the US. 88 Films just took your money today. For Urban Legend, I take it, or for something else? Right, Last House on the Left is sold out. Eric recommended that. I am quite curious about that one. You had to unfriend Richard Stanley earlier. That was a big blow. Colour Out of Space was the last thing you saw in the cinemas. Talk about problematic directors, and you were an acquaintance. That's a tough one. That guy's had a bit of a hard career, and just starts to find footing and a little bit of traction again. And well, it's his own fault. It's a shame, but people need to be accountable for their decisions. Right, there we go, Dennis, with some more information on that. You took a lot out of the basket before you went through. Went for a more nostalgia basket with a few classics. You've never seen like To Live and Die in LA. Terrific movie. Yeah, that's the way to do it. The thing with these Arrow sales is you're going to get about 4, maybe more a year, so it's fine. Mirror Mask is another fantasy film worth a watch. Okay. You get if Tremors will go at £8 at one point. You'll get it maybe in the next sale. So yeah. Nate, is that the reissue of I Know What You Did Last Summer set? Because there was the limited one, and then there is the reissue. So we'll just jump on to 88 Films just now. We'll check this. I'm in new releases. That's pointless. Go to Blu-ray. In fact, is it new releases coming soon? Yes. So Nate, you've picked this up. This is like a slimmed down version, one case. The one I've got is like 3 cases. It's much like the Urban Legend set, which I'm looking forward to getting. I'm with you, John. I love my Tremors 4K set. No, it does, but I think the Blu-ray is just extras. Yeah, and just a 4K. Black Christmas 4K. Oh man, that sounds pretty wonderful, actually. So I did add some things to the basket, but I don't think I'm going to get it. There we go. There's that list again. Get it watched. Jim Van Beber, Debbie Dunn, Stands by Stanley. Deadbeat by Dawn's a great movie though. You missed out on the set, right? No idea when the next 88 film sale is. I never really know. They never seem to have a schedule, really. There we go. If I get rid of the £20 box set in the basket, isn't too bad. See if I get rid of all of them, it's even cheaper. It's psychological. You need to think about these things. So let's just. I kind of mentioned this the last time. The books. Let's just put that away. So I will do these books. I talked about them in length or a little bit. £15. They're not worth it. £5, they're great. I would avoid the Ghost in the Shell one, The Man Who Fell to Earth. I haven't read. The other 4 are exceptional and well worth picking up. There we go. And new consoles play 4K discs as well. Yes, they do, but I don't have a new 4K player. So there we have it. Like, I think we've went through a bunch of movies there. You guys have been great, as always. Just talking movies, it's been great. I planned to come on for an hour. I've been here for over 2, chit-chatting about Arrow releases, and it's been one hell of a ride. I've got a basket again. I'm not ordering it. I'm just not doing it, guys. I can't. Jordan, so you've just with me on eye, Exorcist 3, Nightbreed, Burbs, Future Shock, Raising Cane, Rollerball, Videodrome, People Under the Stairs, Vamp, To Live and Die in LA, pretty chuffed in the end. It's a great mixed bunch of movies you've got there. I can't pick a fault in them. They're all great films. Mark, can you please hurry up and import The Hitcher? Because if you could buy that, then we might get a release of it. So we'll just take one for the team. Didn't realise Arrow did vinyl. Yeah, let's go and have a little look at some of the vinyl. So they've got the Sunspots, otherwise known as Autopsy vinyl. And they're actually quite cheap. £10 is not too bad. Yeah, I think they've found some, Joe, because that set came out in 2016. It was one I picked up in a sale a while back as well. So you've still not bought anything, Steve. Stephen, do you know what? Like, feel free to send me a message, email me, whatever. I'm happy to advise people who are looking to buy more movies. I just like talking about film, so feel free to bounce off me, whatever. Did someone say White Fire again, or was that just an echo? I think that was just an echo. Terrible, terrible person, you. If I end up picking that up, I'll post it on the channel. Because you're going to get me buying it. I'm thinking about White Fire. You chucked out loads of 80s dodgy slashers. Right. Keep a couple and try to get a mixed bag. Go for a giallo movie, a sort of blockbuster movie, a noir. Get a little bit of everything, unless you're feeling a specific genre just now. Like Videodrome for £5. It's a no-brainer. Great. Hi, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you later on. Have a nice night and a great Easter. It's echoing in the wind. You guys are terrible. Fassbinder films in the Arrow sale is calling me. Yeah. The only Fassbinder I've seen before was World in a Wire. About the second sight limited edition version. That movie was wonderful, all kinds of wonderful. And when you look at a movie and you realise some of the tricks and things that a director's doing, particularly with faces and blurring them and mirrors and glass, Fassbinder instantly became someone that I was super impressed with. I've not watched anything else, so if you have any recommendations of his, feel free to drop them. Nate, meet Joel. Videodrome is on my shelf to watch still. Get it watched. It's great. It's great. It's videotape's been pushed into someone's abdomen. You chucked out Chill Factor after the trailer. That's the kind of slasher that you only would buy if you're like a proper slasher fan and you're willing to watch any crap. I have it. There we go, another one with the wind. The wind, White Fire. You guys are terrible. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Videodrome, not VD. It's just The Marriage of Maria Braun by Fassbinder is wonderful. Ah, right. I do have another Fassbinder one. I can't remember which one it was though. I did pick up one during one of the sales. Yeah, that's it. So do you know what's not on there? Cinema Paradiso. And there what we can have to look forward to. Like UHD is going to 15. I wonder if they'll go lower than that because they want to keep their values for them. The Wind was boring. Yeah. Bye. Bye, Nate. Bye, Nostromo. What pin badges do they sell? Okay, let's take that off. Just an Arrow video enamel badge. And you get a cheap slasher 2K with the chill factor. It's a beautiful thing. Cinema Dave. I hope to place an order during the Arrow sale. So many great movies. Dave, you're probably better staying away from these streams. There's too many movies being recommended here. Train arriving at the station is more captivating than The Wind. You picked up World on a Wire in my recommendation. Steve, I love it. I love that movie. I thoroughly recommend it. You need to pick up BFI when the wind blows. Why go to BFI? Pick up The Wind from Arrow. Apparently that's a great release. Right, guys, I'm going to do a runner. I'm leaving before I end up buying Whitefire and The Wind, because you guys are terrible. I've really enjoyed the live stream again. You guys are awesome. I'll be back at another point to do another one. I hope you all have a great evening, great weekend, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time on Man v Film.